Jeff Ayler. We're here with episode 42. It's time to talk about some Miss Madison things. We've had a lot of things under the wraps here on Chasing Tails for a long time here. Even Kyle and Austin didn't know for a long time. Kyle Pipes and I were working behind the scenes. It's been intense between Miss Madison and the Honda. This off season's been too many phone calls. So what do you feel about that, Kyle?
Oh, dude, I'm tired of talking to you. You're the most annoying person I've ever talked to. No, it's been fun. It's been fun. You were my therapist there for I don't know how long, a little bit of the ups and downs that went through all this. Of saying, hey, it's going to get done to, you know what, it's actually not going to get done. To here we are now. We got a boat, we got a driver, we have a crew chief we'll name soon. But no, we're excited to get rolling, and congrats to you. Thanks for hopping on board and deciding to go on this crazy adventure with us.
Yeah, it's definitely something we've all seen that was needed, obviously, when that whole shell shock happened with selling the team and all that. That I never realized how behind racing the town is and how much that boat means to them. So obviously getting it back on the water for them and being a part of it's going to be really cool. I've already had, I think, 20 friend requests today. So obviously the town of Madison is now going to populate my entire Facebook page.
Yeah.
But obviously we're going to update them. That's our plan, is to just press content more than we ever seen in Unlimited. Not a random photo of a boat being worked on every 6 months. We're going to put a lot out there.
That's the plan, at least. We were supposed to have the boat Sunday, and then we were supposed to have it tomorrow, and then we're supposed to have it tomorrow.
So tomorrow.
I don't know. It'll be here when it gets here. No, we had some other issues that came up, some DOT inspections. Nothing with the boat or the deal has went wrong. It's just we want to make sure getting it from Detroit to Madison, we're legal, not getting in any trouble. So John Griggs is actually going to help us out. He's up there around you guys. He's going to help us out and bring it down to us tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, John's a good dude.
Yeah. I had to pull some strings because when he came here, I forget what year it was, but that was the first boat I sponsored here. So sorry, Brandon, it wasn't you. It was the Griggs.
That's okay. Gotta start.
I think
somewhere.
he's gonna be back this year too, right? Did they say that one's gonna run there?
Yeah, he's gonna drive the Kraken. That's really cool to see them finally get out and get to the races. Obviously, they ran at Rocky Fork last year, so
yeah, I got to watch that thing shoot 10-foot flames out of it last year. It was sweet.
Heck yeah,
that was awesome.
Broad daylight too.
Nice.
I would have loved to see it at night.
Nothing better than flaming up at Grand
Oh,
Prix.
dude.
I mean,
it wasn't necessarily the size; it was how long the flame stayed. I was like, that ain't.
It was a solid.
This is getting sketchy.
30 seconds sometimes.
We had something wrong with the ignition once, and we kept starting it up. I think we were getting ready to go to Owensboro, and that thing just kept belching flames, and we're like, what is going on? Like, it would run fine, and then all of a sudden start belching flames. So my dad's like, well, let me check it. Puts his hand over it. I'm like, I saw a flame coming out that thing. I'm going to guess it's going to be hot.
Was this before or after you blew it up?
That was after, so something was messed up.
Yeah, some wire wrong.
It happens.
Yeah, I wonder on this getting the unlimited thing if Patty now believes you, because she was saying you were lying to her the whole time. She figured that you had it.
She called me again today to make sure it was serious.
She still didn't.
She's called me every day.
She texted me right after and was like, "I told him if he lying to me." I'm like, "He's not. Like, this is too
not this time
to be lying about."
Yeah. This was it was an adventure. I got brought on the board end of November, beginning of December. Tried to save it as much as we could at that time, but the deal had already been done. And then it was, hey, let's get the ball rolling. And I'll be a little transparent here. Tried to talk to Charlie Wiggins and get something done with him, but we didn't know how much money we would have to do that. And then Charlie ultimately sold to Bruce Rashford, which is great. Bruce gets another boat, another brand new boat, essentially. And then it's, okay, now what do we do? So I gave Dave Bardish a call, and if anybody knows Dave Bardish, he's the most old school guy you ever met. He still has a flip phone, doesn't text, and it has been an adventure talking to him. he's been fantastic through this whole process, but it is interesting talking to him. I think, Brandon, you talked to him, so you kind of know what's going on with him. I've been up there twice to his warehouse, and that guy has a ton of crap.
Yeah, it does.
He's got a 5 liter or 7 liter that he fished from the bottom of a lake, and now it sits in his warehouse.
Yeah, it was from Louisiana, man.
Yeah, he's
from a swamp in Louisiana.
So he's got all kinds of stuff, but he's been great. And then we went up there Sunday to bring it home. Our crew chief went up with me. I almost let it slip there. Our crew chief went up with me and looked at everything. We got on the phone with Brandon, and he said it's in way better shape than what he expected, and we're going to be able to turn this around. So we'll get down to Guntersville. Trailer fired a couple times, get down to Guntersville. Brandon's going to basically run for an hour straight to get his 15 laps and run
Somebody else is going to count for me, though, because I don't think I can count to 15.
No, we know you can't. You're from Delaware.
I also did find out, Jonathan, the H1 referee, and I have been racing since we were 15, whenever we both started together. And so I think he's having a little fun with being the H1 referee and me being a rookie again. He's like, you're going to have to do a quiz. I was like, you mean to tell me I got to read the rule book? He's like, yeah, you're supposed to. I said, I ain't never wrote a rule book, man. you usually tell me exactly what I need to know at driver's meeting. And that's about as far as it goes.
It might be APBA. It's open book, so.
There we go. Yeah.
You might be all right.
Wear my flip-flops in there. We're just going to start off the weekend right.
Bryn, for the love of God, don't go run the GP course in the
Unlimited. I was going to say,
you can't do that. Hey, you can't do both ways.
When it comes to fighting for lanes and we got to hit the GP course, I'm going to know my coordinates. But.
Yeah. That would be so funny, though. You get out there the first time, you're on your first flying lap, and then just take a hard left halfway down the back.
I mean, I guess it could happen. It happened. I mean, I've at least run the first turn of the unlimited course in the GP ones. So I got a little feeling there. I think at Hearns Boat, I could run the whole 2.5 miles. That thing was so rock solid in a straightaway. Yeah. This one, I don't think I can run a Grand Prix 2.5 miles. I'd be puckered too long.
Yeah, let's not try to find out.
What do you think? What do you think in a Grand Prix, if you could stay in it, what do you think you could run like a lap speed on that big course?
If you had a boat solid like set up, I bet you could run. What they run in Madison or 1 mile and 2/3. Do we remember?
I mean, wasn't Jeff's record like 123 or something like that?
Well, he wouldn't go as fast as Jeff would on a big course, but he'd be up there.
So that's what I'm trying to say. He said if I could stay in it, I think you'd be you.
You couldn't
50 lap at least.
Yeah.
Like if you set the boat up properly, because you're never gonna lose speed, like in the corners.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no shot.
It'd be interesting. The problem,
Guntersville's
that'd be the perfect spot because you're by yourself, you can do it. But obviously, you can't do it with unlimiteds because they put such big holes in the water.
Yeah, it would. I forgot who I was telling, but Guntersville like the best course you could go get your qualifying laps done on too. Just don't got to worry about slowing down in turns. I would imagine it's the fastest course of the circuit, right?
Yes,
it's got to be, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, didn't Dustin lay down like a 170 the other year?
Yeah, 171 was his lap. Yeah, so that'd be good. Definitely easier to get started on a smooth lake than either Madison or Detroit for the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Rooster Tail turn would be pretty fun.
We were on the fence about going to Guntersville, and I said, guys, if we go this route, like that's the best place to learn to drive an unlimited. It's going to be big, wide open, smooth. Just go out there and run. So we were on the fence about going, and then we decided we were going to go. And then obviously there were some other things that came up after we announced it, but we're going to be down there. We'll be pitted right next to the GP35 and just having fun, going out there, running around, getting comfortable so we can come to Madison and then really compete.
For sure. So you touched on it a little bit. Obviously, you got to touch back on the sale. And, there's some turmoil people create on Facebook between Madison and Bruce Ratchford. From your side of now the new Miss Madison team, is there any turmoil?
Not from our side, none at all. A deal was made. Bruce was fantastic through it all. Took a lot of phone calls from our board trying to work through some things. He was willing to help us out any way that he could. He's, like I said, he's been great. He offered the third boat, the 07 boat for us to run, but it just wasn't going to make sense. They're switching everything on Wiggins' boat. They're behind already, so they're working like crazy out there. I know Dave Billwalk's out there. I think Danny Walters is out there. Of course, the Hansons. They just have a ton of people working as hard as they can. So after talking about it, we weren't even sure if that third boat was ready. It hasn't ran for a couple years, so we didn't know what parts were there. We didn't know if we would be getting all the equipment or what we could run. So we just decided, hey, let's go this route. I called Bruce and kind of let him know, hey, this is the route we're thinking about going. We appreciate you giving us the chance, but we're going this route. And he was more than willing to, or was more than okay with that. He understood. He's getting his feet wet in the sport by diving head first in. So he'll be great. He and Daryl are doing great with H1. I know there's been some other stuff that has come out the past couple days, but I think H1's on the upswing. Everybody says it's dead. We heard it was dead in 05 when Budweiser got out. We heard it was dead. It's been dead for 15 years and they're still going. So just give it time. I know Daryl and Bruce are working in the right direction. They got Janik on board now, which is absolutely fantastic. She's probably second guessing making the change after this week or last week. Yeah.
That's your hardest PR week of the year right there.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah. And
it's all uphill from here.
Yeah. And she did great. She's already reached out to Brandon and I, needs headshots Brandon's taking care of it. I task him with that. So there's no turmoil with us, with anybody. I don't think there really is with anybody in the sport right now, except maybe one team. People can probably figure that out just by looking at Facebook the past couple days. But we're ready to go. They're all willing to help us any way that we need, whether it's turbine questions, whether it's skid fin questions, whether it's how do we get our driver to not suck questions. Everybody's willing to help us out.
Yeah, we actually just had that chat the other day that how much H1 has changed over the years. More the camaraderie of it has been brought back to kind of how limited hydroplanes are, that you can be friends, you don't have to be enemies. When Mike Allen went from limited ranks, obviously a good friend of ours, and they told him, hey, you can't fraternize with the other teams. You once you're done the day, you go back to the hotel. Like you don't have beers, nothing after the races. Like it was strict schedule. Like you're here to do a job and that's it. And I'm glad it's changing because it's really cool to just meet all these new people. Obviously, we ran with Unlimited the past couple of years, so meeting Daryl and the whole team and being pitted next to Strong last year, just getting more involved and seeing what they do. It's unique to be able to be involved and not be an outcast.
Yeah, our team's going to completely change. We had probably, I'll say the best crew. The Strong people say they have the best crew, but that's what happens when you're the two best boats out there. So we're going from a veteran crew that has been around it for a long time. I've been doing it for longer than I've been alive, to a crew that's not going to be thrown together. We're going to have some experience, but it's going to be different of all of us gelling and learning together. On our way to Detroit Sunday, we were talking about that, about how basically Guntersville is going to be the learning curve for us. How well are we going to mesh? How's Brandon and the crew chief going to get along? It's going to be fine, but just different things, whose job's what, that type of stuff. So Guntersville will be a learning curve, and then Madison will be ready to go. But like I told Brandon, I told our crew chief, hey, we're not in it to change motors after every heat or gearboxes. We only have limited equipment going into this. We don't want to blow anything up. So we're gonna be as safe as we can down in Guntersville, and then fight like hell in Madison, and hopefully come out with a heat win or maybe even a final win.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I think it's smart taking I don't want to say the cautious approach, but I think it's the realistic approach.
Yeah,
First races in 2 months, something like that, 3 months.
Yeah. It's I gave our team an 8-week deadline to get everything going. Guntersville's 10 weeks away, so let's get it done.
Then he screws up and puts us 4 days behind right off the bat. Good job, guy.
Welcome to boat racing.
It's just how it is.
Yeah, I won't be working on anything. I might be washing a boat or a trailer or something, but I want to be ready 2 weeks early, just for our team aspect of it, to have a 2 week break before we go to Gunnersville and the real fun starts of getting out there, watching the boat go around in circles 15 times and having fun. We're going to get back to that community oriented. Our home port's going to be right here in Madison, Indiana. Will the boat leave town to get worked on some other places? Yes, but at the end of the day, Madison, Indiana is where that boat's going to run out of. The citizens have stepped up huge. We rolled out that membership program last week, and it's been great. We're about $10,000-$11,000 up right now, and everybody's asking where's that money going? Where's that money going? Well, we got to get props. Any expenses that go into it. Hotel rooms, expenses for the crew, per diem for the crew. We want to be as transparent as possible. We're not going to get down to the penny on where everything's going, but a good unlimited prop's $15,000. Yeah, there are some cheaper ones out there that will run longer or run shorter, but do you want to risk of blowing the back half of the boat off? It's kind of a risk and reward type thing. So Brandon and I have also tried to find a way to make this sport cheaper. Without bringing performance down. How do you do that? Don't know. But that's our goal. Cause it's a seal for the fuel pump was how much, Brent? $4,000,
$3,000 just for one seal.
Yeah. So it's like, this is crazy that, a seal for this is $3,000. I know some people are trying to work on rebuilding them or repairing them, but I don't know how that's working. So just everything with this sport is just so much money with unlimiteds. So we want to be able to be competitive, but also run on a shoestring budget if we have to.
No, that's cool.
Yeah,
I think you are good.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I think you're in a unique spot getting into it. Not new, but kind of like this fresh start aspect to it to explore things like that. If you're a team that just won a championship, I guess Madison did just win a championship, but with a different boat, the boat, the engine, the hull, everything's running really good. Are you gonna risk a massive downturn in performance to go experiment on something? Whereas in this case, the boat hasn't ran since 2012, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and the last guy that drove it, I think, is coming on here in
we'll be talking
5-10 minutes. So, but yeah, we want to keep doing this for years to come. This isn't. We've had some people say, "Hey, they're just leasing it." Well, it's a leasing to figure out where our financial situation ends up. We have some legal issues, I'll call them, ongoing. So we're kind of splitting our board up into two committees, really. One that's going to deal with all the legal stuff, the claims that are coming in, and then one side that's dealing with the racing. And I'm going to focus more on the racing aspect of it. I don't want to say I'm good at it, but that's what I know. And then the other half is going to focus on that. We're all going to mesh together, but try to keep this going for as long as we can. We want to, this isn't just a 1 year thing. We want to keep going for 61 more years. But it just takes money, time, effort. And I think we have the team to do it. It's just, we got to find the money to do it now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now we can jump out and start trying to get sponsors. Obviously, you've seen the town's already behind it, so that's really cool that they put their money where their mouth was about all the comments, like, hey, bring it back. We paid for it. Well, now they can see where their dollars are going. It's going to be unique. It's going to keep growing the whole year. Obviously, like you said, you're taking a boat that hasn't run since 2012. There's obviously some things that could make it faster just from watching the other unlimiteds, but with limited time, you can't really do that. So it's kind of putting your feet down and just getting in there and hopefully gaining some traction so you can get some bigger sponsors, maybe even head out to Seattle, Tri-Cities, whatever, at the end of the year just to keep it going. But definitely keep the focus on what we need to do now and try to build this deal into something bigger.
Yeah, I've already had a few people reach out to me about sponsors for out west, but we're taking this basically one day at a time. Never say never with that. There's still a chance we can go out and run in Seattle and Tri-Cities, but as of right now, it's just a 2-race deal. So we'll see what happens. Heck, we may go out here and we might be a leader in high points after 2 races, or Brandon is still not qualified after 2 races. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. This boat, Brandon and I watched some old videos. This boat was fast. And and it had a nasty blowover in Detroit in 2012. But George looked at it, crew chief looked at it, everybody's looked at it and said, no, this thing's still solid. When we were up there, he walked around everything, touched everything. He's like, man, we're not going to need to do much. Clean it up, inspect some things, and we'll be ready to go.
Shit, man, me and Mason were crawling around on our hands and knees under that thing.
I don't remember Mason doing that.
Oh, come on.
I said Mason. Mason wasn't doing nothing.
Mason wasn't. Nah, he just walking in circles, bumping into things.
Yeah, he was our kid that I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to say that.
I will say it was easy to get distracted in that shop, though. That dude had so much stuff.
That is
everywhere.
I mean,
everywhere.
You couldn't catalog all of it. It's not even possible.
That's wild. Yeah, I mean, and just on that respect, obviously, for him to step up and essentially help save Miss Madison Racing, because really we were down to that as our last option after Apollo bought Charlie stuff. That was kind of our first option, but we were down. We were kind of running out of punches, and I mean, just conversations I had with him were so cool. Like, he was like, "Hey, yeah, I remember I met you out in Seattle years ago." I'm like, "Seattle? I've only been there once. I was 15 or 16 driving T-boat." I'm like, "Wow, you remember that?" Like, that's really cool. Like, so it just his knowledge of boat racing was pretty impressive. I haven't had many conversations with him up till that point, so it was really cool to just hear him. And then all our conversations we've had since the point we decided to do this deal, how excited he is to like get a boat of his out there, and hopefully eventually us purchase it or whatnot, or Miss Madison purchase it. But it's really cool. Obviously, just keep getting things out there. The more boats we have, obviously H1 needs more here on the East Coast. The West Coast seems to be okay, but everything they're doing internally, as long as we do our things as owners and drivers and put on a good show, I think this year is a good building year for them. So they need to make sure everything on the water happens the way it should.
Yeah, and I think it will. I know they've had some competition rule committee meetings and different stuff like that of trying to make it simpler. It seemed like they would add a rule to a rule book in case something happened, and you don't need to do that. After the whole issue at Madison last year of was it not running 3 laps or something like that? At that point, I went up to Daryl and said, "Hey, just take that rule book, throw it down the Ohio, and just forget about it, because we got to make this simpler for the fans, not more confusing." And they want to do that. He understands that, so he wants to do that. It just takes time, and everybody wants stuff to happen overnight, and unfortunately, that just doesn't happen anymore.
I think just acknowledging that it needs to be looked at is a big step in the right direction. I haven't been super involved with H1 over really at all until the last couple of years, with GP and H1 mixing a little more, but it sounds like it's kind of always been no, everything's fine. Like our rule book's fine. We don't need to look at that type of deal.
Lawsuits that used to happen. Like, if someone would get called and they'd argue it, but then like 2 days later, Hydro News be like, so-and-so suing H1 Unlimited. It's like, you are part of the board of H1. So if you're suing them, you're suing yourself. You're suing the problem. Now Morgan Wallen's got a song that says that.
No, it's cool. Daryl definitely seems like he's willing to change things. Not like full overhaul the whole thing. It's not like that's what's needed, but to at least be willing to look inward and be like, what can we do to make this thing better ourselves versus just getting influence from the outside.
And we said it when he was on the podcast, is you need to surround yourself with people that have the same passion for the sport that you do. And I think he's done that with Bruce being involved and now hiring Janik. Like, you can't just go hire an agency to sell sponsorships or sell your show that you're just a number on their roster. You need someone that loves the sport, knows how to sell this sport, and for it to grow. And I think they're in a good position. I still think all the leagues are in a good position. GPA, HRL, like everyone's positioning themselves well. Jason Taylor's challenge, obviously. Now that all this work is done, the Honda and Miss Madison Racing, we can start focusing on selling some sponsorship here.
Yeah, it was. I was talking to Brandon probably every day for about 2 months, and
at least once a day.
Yeah, I got his schedule down on when he dropped the kids off at school. I called him just a little after 9. I knew when he took his lunch per se, which is basically 8 hours all day long. He's off on Wednesdays. He's usually sick on Wednesdays when he's off. Yeah, I got his whole schedule down of when to call, and I called him twice today. He didn't answer either time, so
I was deep in the glue, and I was not answering you.
Yeah, yeah. But now that we got the Honda approved, we I did a lot of work on that. And Miss Madison, we got ourselves a boat. We can start focusing on some other good stuff. What are we gonna do next? What we got?
Well, we said it at the end of the show last week. We're gonna split the country, have an East and a West, make two really good challenge series on East and West with really good events, and grow the sport that way.
Focus Nationals at Decatur.
Area. Yeah, I think just one U.S., one Nationals at Decatur would be cool, or Madison. Maybe switch it on and off. But I don't know if you guys can handle that.
We can handle anything. I got the best team in the country, Brandon. We can handle anything.
You do.
Yeah. I do want to. My wife's in there doing laundry you better is doing.
Don't get in trouble. You're trying.
She's been fantastic through all this. As you all know, president of Regatta, interim chairman of Miss Madison right now. My phone rings nonstop, but she's been extremely supportive. Lets me do all the crazy stuff. She just opened the door and is staring at me now. She's let me do all this crazy. Good. I'm talking good. Go do your stuff. I just got the finger. But she's been supportive through all of it. The only thing she really said was about last week. She said, "Hey, when July 4th is over, can you not talk on the phone all the time?" I was like, "Probably not, because we're starting on next year already." So,
but I'll at least give you 2 days after the event, because I'm probably going to sleep for 2 days.
Yep. She won't let me go to Valleyfield though, so I'm not upset
about that.
Well, I guess she is due with our third baby 3 weeks after Valleyfield.
That's okay. It's all good. It's easy to get home from Valleyfield. It's only 12 hours. No big deal.
All right, I'm going.
She'll be in labor that long. You're good.
Yeah, I'll be there.
But if it's right before finals, you might have to stay. You might miss it. It's all good.
It's not like he's getting back in time anyway.
It's your third one.
No.
By this time, she's got it under control.
She knows what to do.
Yeah.
It's all in her head anyways.
And if she needs anything, she can get Forrest there. He definitely knows.
I'm getting the worst death stare ever right now. She loves me.
Austin's way too quiet. He's been trying to interrupt us for 20 minutes. He's the worst at lobby. You just got to
Scott's in the lobby. Hey, let's bring him in here. The guy that last drove the boat Brandon's going to drive. His son is the youngest 350 driver ever, right?
Yep. I think so.
He drove 2 black H1 Unlimited hydroplanes, so he either hates his crew or just doesn't care. He rookie of the year in 20. I'm gonna make this date up. We're gonna go with it. 2010. Loves team meetings. Loves degree men, and his son is going to be a better boat racer than him.
That's the greatest intro if we could do one.
Yeah.
Ever. So let's bring Scott in.
I don't even know Scott. I don't think I've ever said a word to him. What's up, Scott?
What's happening, guys?
Welcome to Chasing Tails.
Thanks for having me.
How's it going? Awesome.
Sorry, we were obviously just talking about the H1 Unlimited, and you were the last one to drive the degree men. So walk us through a little bit of that. And don't talk about the flip. That's scary stuff.
Yeah. It did come in third though. Last time I raced it.
There we go. Came in third.
Now, it's a cool boat. It's called Budweiser, so it had a lot of the stuff still in it. Bud. So I think you guys are gonna like it. Fun.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, we didn't really realize how little time the boat had on it until I think Hydro News put out the whole list of how many heats it had on it. It's like, wow, this thing hasn't been run that much. It's pretty good. It's pretty fresh, and it's not not that way for a lot of unlimiteds out there.
Spent a lot of time.
Oh no.
I mean, it was going to be a better place.
Yeah. We're having a little connection issue with you, Scott. I don't know if you can get a little closer to the mic. Maybe that'll work. It keeps cutting in and out, or it's service.
I think it's Virginia.
It's Virginia.
I think
It's still cutting in and out. It might be your service, the internet.
Grant's probably on hydro soon.
Yeah, tell Grant to get off
We got to
hydro.
kick Grant off.
Dude, he's
hydro
not
soon.
even home.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
Oh, he's
Just
chasing
thermite.
tail, but he's not on the
Hey, he's
show.
Whoa.
Don't tell mom.
That's pretty here in Virginia.
Oh no.
Nice. Yeah, it's really cutting in and out. Let's see if we can do something different. You got turn your Wi-Fi off or something. It's a live show. This is the fun of it. being
Yeah,
live.
this is part of it.
Yeah,
Let's see what I can do. Hold on.
sounded half decent.
Good thing you
He
waited.
was rookie of the year in 2011. I graduated high school in 2012. Congrats, Scott.
That's not nice, man.
I was an old rookie, dude.
Yeah.
So while you're getting that fixed, what's it like knowing Grant's probably going to be better than you?
He already is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's been the plan the whole time.
Oh yeah, ride the sun's coattails.
That's exactly what I got to do. Is it any better now?
Yeah,
Way
it's
better.
working better. Yeah, way better.
I just got to find you again. There we go.
There we
All
go.
right. Way better?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it
yes.
seems better so far.
Okay.
All right, so let's get to the good stuff. When did you start boat racing, and what got you started in it?
Oh, I started when I was 19. My dad raced, and then I guess I turned 19, and they would never do a T-boat or anything, so we only had a 5-liter. And I got turned 19, and I said I wanted to try and drive, and he's like, okay, well, join, do everything you got to do. And I think we went to 2 races with him driving, and then we went to Steubenville, Ohio, and I drove, and he never drove again.
Wow,
The rest is kind of history. So
Very cool.
yeah,
that's awesome.
19, that was a long time ago.
Was that the which 5-liter was that? That's not the one that I watched when I was really young, was it? Was the one before that?
It was a white wooden boat. It didn't even have a cockpit.
Okay.
It was called Canadian A. So the first year I drove without a cockpit, and then my mother said, if you're going to keep doing it, you got to put a cell in it. So we did it the year before it was mandatory. We went with it. But
Nice.
Gotcha.
it totally ruined that boat, but it was safer. They weren't as light as they are now.
No.
Oh yeah.
I've picked up a few of them heavy ones. I think we put one in John Shaw's boat, and it was one of the like original old ones, and it's like, holy crap, this thing's
Yeah.
heavy.
This was too. Yeah, it was heavy.
The lid weighed more than what the capsules do these days.
Yeah, so I started at 19, and I think about Grant now. He started at 13. He's only just turned 17, so I'm like, man, he's already done so much, and it took me forever to do it. But yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
No doubt.
So talk to us a little bit while we're on, Grant, like the association with HRL and having all the competition up there. How much do you think that has sped up his learning process versus races here and there throughout APBA, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think, of course, when he was running T-boat, he had to deal with John Shaw, which we never cut him any slack. So I mean, I think that helped him. So when he did make it to HRL, though, but full fields every time. I mean, it couldn't have hurt. And now, like, well, we do an APBA race, and there's only 4 or 5 boats. He's like, wow, this is so weird. But I mean, we're gonna do a little bit of both this year, so he'll get to have a little maybe relaxing weekends when we go APBA racing. I don't know. We'll see.
That's our special kid. You have to call on him when he races.
Kyle, you got something to say?
Are you coming to Madison?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like
wanna
how
make sure
Kyle Bipes gets closer to the computer, but yet the mic's on his neck.
I'm waiting for the phone here, so like, yeah, I got to yell at him.
Yeah, he might be hard of hearing, Brandon. You gotta get closer to him.
Oh, I'm definitely hard of hearing.
All right, so let's backstep before we get into like this year and the stuff you're doing this year. Let's talk about going through the journey. Besides racing, obviously you've built some boats over the years. You got to work with some of the greats. I believe you worked with Henry Lauterbach back in the day, building a couple boats. Just walk us through that part of your racing journey.
I mean, it was, so my dad always built his own boat, so I was kind of around it. And then I moved from Canada down to Virginia, and I went to work for Earl Hall when I first moved here, and then got to know Terry Browning and started building boats with them. And Terry worked out a deal where I could build one boat with Henry, and so it was kind of like an apprenticeship. It was just over a whole year there every day with Henry. It was badass. I mean, if you didn't learn something every day, you're just a moron. I mean, it didn't even have to be about boats. It could just be about being a man, being whatever. But you definitely learn something every day. So it was really cool. I was lucky.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, and then after that, we built a couple more, and then now I've been just building my own stuff really, and staying busy. Seems like every winter there's something to do. I wish for like a not so busy winter, but then I'm like, I don't know what I would do.
Right.
Yeah.
It was so natural just to go to the shop every single day, do something. So
you guys would definitely have a lot of team meetings if you guys didn't have the boats to work on.
Talking to man.
They already do.
We have enough. Yeah. We at least go to Barron's once a week. So.
Are we having a team meeting tonight?
I got a bar in my backyard.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, is this a team meeting tonight, Scott?
No, this is chocolate milk. So.
Hey. Love that. Love that.
That's funny.
Oh, pretty chill night. It's only Tuesday, right?
There you go. Yeah. You can't start until Wednesday.
Yeah.
You gotta get over to home.
Yeah. Through that.
Yeah. So a little bit other on your racing career, you went and did some Monster Jam stuff. How did that come about, and what was that like?
So I met a buddy of mine, Frank Kreml. I actually met him at Jeff Bernard's wedding. Jeff knew him and hit it off, and he worked for Feld Entertainment. And we all joked about driving trucks when we were hanging out, and then the opportunity came about to go test one in North Carolina at the Graveyard Diggers Dungeon. So I went down there and did it, and the rest is kind of history. I did it for 5 years, I guess. And I got to go to a lot of cool places, a lot of overseas stuff, like 25, 30 shows a year. It was pretty cool. It was a good time, but it was a lot of traveling because every January, February, March, you're gone every weekend. And so it's like out Thursday, back on Mondays. So had to actually go part-time at my job. So I could do it. It was fun though. It's a good time.
It's cool.
So
there you go.
That's kind of all in the past now.
Is there any class of boat racing that compares to a Monster Jam?
Oh no.
And maybe I'm talking like demolition wise.
Yeah. No. I mean, it looks so cool on TV, but it's like beats you up inside. But no, nothing really. Even that crash in the Degree Man didn't compare to what we did every single week in the monster trucks.
Wow.
So it was wild. If the suspension was all working right, it was pretty good. But one shock off or settings wrong, and oh man, you knew it.
Yeah. Back then, they weren't even doing backflips. Would you do
No.
a backflip?
No, I never did one. And then they were just starting to put the extra roll bars into the trucks when I kind of got out of it. So they had a couple close calls without them. So then they started putting backflip roll bars in them, and yeah, they're safe, but you got to be prepared to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a different mentality. I don't know if we spend our whole lives trying to keep them right side up, not put them upside down.
That was probably the hardest part for me. Like the racing part, I felt like I was the best at all the elements, because I just the idea of trashing it and not worrying about it, and that part was so foreign to me. After especially racing for your family, you're like, I can't wreck anything, and then you're supposed to wreck it. It was kind of wild, but yeah, a little different mentality.
Sounds like a blast. I've only seen those things live one time. They came to Detroit one time when I was younger.
I did Detroit a couple times. Yeah.
Did you?
That was a big show. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool when we went. It was funny though. I mean, like obviously those things you're beating the hell out of them, and as they went through the events, the amount of trucks competing slowly dwindled. By the time you got to the final, I don't remember what the order of events was, but it was like the 4 remaining were like just free for all.
It is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's GP racing sometimes.
Yeah, pretty much. So on the promotion side of what Monster Jam did, and obviously they have one of the best fan fests and things like that I feel like I've ever been to. What kind of sides of that would you like to see in the boat racing, and how could it be done?
Yeah, I mean, I've got to ask this a lot. They just handle it. It's just so different. But what they do though is so geared for the kids, which I don't think that part would obviously work for hydroplane racing, because I mean, you want the adults to bring the kids to the hydroplane racing, but the kids, they just love Monster Jam, and it's a donkey truck or whatever it happens to be. So they gravitate towards it. Where with the boat racing, but the social media aspect of what they were doing 10 years ago, I don't feel like boat racing's even there yet. Like there's just so many people that's all they do for that company. And I think we could definitely do better. And what you guys are doing and what a lot of people are doing is pretty good. But yeah, it's just kind of the tip of the iceberg so far. So I think the live streaming, the podcast, stuff like this, I think you can turn it around and kind of get there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, definitely.
I knew about
Go ahead, Austin.
Monster Truck when I was 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
About as long as I can remember.
Yeah, kids love it, man. It's unbelievable. I just got a letter in the mail. I haven't driven since it was like 2018 or 2019. I just got a letter in the mail 2 days ago from a kid who's 11 or 12 years old, and he sent hero cards of when I drove Dragon and Dragon's Breath with a self-stamp envelope to mail the stuff back, and he wants them autographed with this big letter with like 4 questions. Gosh. And I'm like, how did they even get your address? And then I'm like, Googled it, and I'm like, okay, that's how they got it. But it's just funny that they still remember it, and they'll still send you stuff. Like that's how wild Monster Jam is.
That's really cool.
That is neat.
So, but boats will get there, hopefully.
Yeah. I think we're like we say it all the time that I mean all the leagues are working together now, which definitely helps. We're power and numbers kind of thing, and that's
100%.
I think it's all on the right track. The money's being spent in the proper places, and I feel like with the proper people that have the passion and know what to put out there on social media and stuff, and we just keep on going. We can't get burnt out within a year, because a year is going to be a stepping stone to the next 10 years.
And it's the footage, like the amount of cool footage you get from any particular hydroplane heat is unbelievable. And it's like if we just use it the right way, it could be such a positive thing for boat racing.
Uh-huh.
Like it could be the last place boat, could have the coolest almost hook or blow over or whatever. And people watching the clip don't know if the guy was leading the race or if he was in last place. It's just the cool footage that makes people want to click on it.
Hell, you've even proven it's not even always about the clips and the crazy videos, just the little pictures in the garage, tinkering, working on the boats, showing the stuff you're working on. That gets fans excited, seeing what up close and personal what we're doing to these boats.
The stupidest reel I made was chipping paint off of the lid, and it got over 1 million views. And then I post something I think is cool. It gets like 25,000. I'm like, how the hell did this go to 1 million? Like, it's wild.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been
sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to it, but you just got to keep posting it, and that's what. Something
it hits on something, and then more people just keep clicking and clicking. And I'm like, it's 1 million people now. Paint flaking.
I know Brandon sent us another TikTok or something the other day of someone using a tool wrong, and so many views. And I think it's what we just got to start doing. Is I'm just gonna do everything wrong, film everything, and it's gonna boost the views. It's gonna make people mad, but it's views.
Yeah,
it's all part of it.
Was that TikTok you, Austin? Or was it somebody else?
Not that one for once.
It
Oh,
comes
okay.
natural to
Okay.
Austin.
Yeah.
That video was awesome.
Well, congratulations, though, Brandon.
Thank
I
you.
kind
Thank you.
of had a little idea, but
Yeah, a little background knowledge.
Who told you? Who told you?
huh?
Who told you?
Oh man, I've been around.
Yeah, worst kept secret in boat racing right there.
There was some
Yeah.
slightly bad editing. If anyone picked up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody
There's no
picked up on the
secret.
Madison video. We put like a half a second clip of me driving the GP and it was looking at me in the Madison press release video. Nobody picked up on it. Maybe Eddie Camfouche, but that's about it.
Oh, Eddie did for sure. Eddie slow-moed that thing just to watch every detail of it.
Oh, he did.
So, hey, Scott, I got a question. So, Grant's 2.5 last year.
Yep.
Ran a Ford. Eddie's got it now with a Honda in it. Who's going to run it better?
Well, I don't know who will run it better, but I got a feeling it'll be a little bit faster.
Oh, you're the oh. Uh-oh.
I didn't think we were going to
Uh-oh.
rabbit hole.
It's past now. They can't put the rabbit back in the hole. The rabbit's running.
Yeah, we can talk about it now. We can talk about it now.
Oh. No, I don't have a problem with the Honda at all. I just knew that moving forward, we were going to have one, and the whole
Right.
plan the whole time was to do a 350. So, is either invest in Honda and do another year, or get out and move on to the 350 and get started on that program. So,
Yeah.
I actually remember when the kind of first start of the thought of 350 really popped in Grant's mind, and he started calling Leptons.
Yeah, it was at
over
Roosters, wasn't it?
Yeah, over at Roosters, eating the nuclear rings, and yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you guys gonna be back there soon? You gonna make it over to Testentoon, or?
That's our plan. If we can get it all together, plans to go there, go to Edgewood, and then obviously over to HRL Cambridge. So
Awesome.
see if we got everything. We're talking about going and doing a test weekend in Valleyfield too. So we just got to see how all the dates work out. So we'll see how things go.
Awesome.
Paint job done yet?
Paint job's done. My buddy Chad's got it, and they're wiring it. He's wiring it right now, and his wife is doing all the upholstery stuff, all the covers. So I'll be picking it back up, I think Saturday or Sunday, and then we've got the second motors in the boat, so we got everything aligned and everything's done. It's just got to get the number 1 motor and then get it in there. But we got to do. We got some vinyl we got to do on the boat still. So it's still now.
I did hear a little rumor too. Do you have a sponsor for Madison? Is that true?
Yeah, actually, little secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do picked up one. So that'll get as soon as we get some more pictures of it closer. I know that they want to make an announcement about that. So that was cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, a buddy of mine owns that business, and he called me. He's like, "Do you know a Liddy? What's his last name?" I'm like, Scott Grant. Yeah. I think we're gonna sponsor him down here. I was like, "Well, you got a good one." So
Yeah, Jeff Ayler actually hooked us up with that. It was kind of cool.
Very cool.
So,
yeah, they're super excited about it. So it'll be good for everybody.
Yeah, we're excited to come. I'm excited to go back to Madison with a boat. So be a good time.
You ever gonna get back in one? Or are you done?
No, I don't know. I'll probably test this one a couple times for Grant. I mean, I'm not done. I just when the opportunity comes, but right now I don't want to say I don't miss it, but I really don't miss it. Like I just doing it all with Grant's been fun, and I don't want to, he wants to race me. He's like,
I was gonna say, when are we gonna see Scott versus Grant?
But yeah, that's all he talks about. Come on, Dad, one time. I'm like, no.
Ever since you got home from the bar one night, hopped on Hydro Sim for the final, a little lit up, and you walked everybody. We
I
gotta
know.
see it.
Yeah, I mean, a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
That was pretty good.
I
So
never
dad-
wanted to really race my dad in
I
heads
do it
up. 'Cause-
one-handed, and I couldn't do it one-handed.
Yeah, I never really wanted to race my dad heads up because I just like keep pestering him. Because until it happened, I always can be like, "Hey, I'm better than you. Trust me, I'm better than you." But if we ever raced, like then we have a definitive answer. So we don't need that. We'll just keep.
You don't want the answer. Maybe you don't want it. Like,
Yep.
I said, I go, we won't talk for a month. Your mom will hate both of us. And so I go, it's just not worth it.
Exactly. So talk to us a little bit about the new 350. Obviously, you picked it up from Gary Schaffline. It's a good boat with a lot of good history to it. What all did you do?
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot. I mean, the boat, the majority of the repair was done when we got it from the incident in Caesars Creek, I guess it was. But just we were that far into it, we just decided we'd do everything. So we gutted the whole thing, and it basically started over from scratch. And I know I had to take some weight out of it because I took about an inch of paint off of it. Just straightened up a lot of stuff, and we made some changes, stuff that we learned with the little boat that Grant liked, and we knew worked pretty good. So hopefully, come out and it'll be close, and then get them some seat time and tweak it a little bit and see how it goes from there.
Yeah. Now, does that boat have the newest generation of Henderson sponsons, or?
So it does. It actually.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember, but Chris Ritz crashed it in 19.
Yeah. Yep.
And it got one full new canoe, and then I don't know why, but they left like 4 feet of them on trip on the other side. But yeah, they were both brand new then, so they had the least amount of paint.
Oh wow, nice.
As everything else,
except for the non-trip.
Except for that corner. So yeah, they that had new ones then in 19. So yeah, and then switched up the bull noses a little bit, and I made a mold for a cowling, so new cowling. It's pretty light, and got a mold made for a new wing, which is going to be a little wider, but I haven't had a chance to make one yet. But yeah, so there's some stuff we're going to keep trying as the season goes on, as I got time to get it done, and some new props and a new engine, and see what happens.
Yeah,
there you go.
Now,
what do you think? Go ahead, Kyle.
I was just saying, I'm excited to see that boat run. You got a few different scoop designs ready to swap out on that thing?
I think I only got the one right now.
Right now.
The main reason to do it was because it's just stuff we played with on the airbox with the 2.5. So we want to be able to do it easier. So because the new cowling I built, the airbox is built right in, so you can get to the top side of it now with the scoop coming off. So that was the main reason to put the scoop have it come off. But there might be a couple new designs too. Why not? But I mean, right now I have to get that one done and get going.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you got to be done making molds at this point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's very time consuming.
Yeah.
Nice.
When's the jump to Grand Prix next year?
Who knows? I don't know, man. We'll just see. I mean, technically he'll be old enough next year to drive anything, but who knows what's going to happen. I think we won't be jumping to Grand Prix. If Grant gets an opportunity to drive one, that'd be different. But I think the Liddycoat family's maxed out with a 350. So, yeah, he'll have to earn anything else he gets to drive after this.
Miss Masson might be looking for a new driver after this year.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
Yep. It's all right. Got broad shoulders here. I'm looking for a new sponsor too. Someone do my shirts.
Dang it. Damn.
So what are you going to do with
dang.
Are you going to leave it to Green Menish, or what are you going to do?
We're going to wrap it. We really wanted to take all the paint off the wrap that was on it, but we're just not going to have enough time. All that has clear over top of it. So we're just going to wrap over top of it right now. Hopefully we can figure something out for 2026 and then just get a nice little paint job on it. Maybe get a big sponsor like Degree or somebody like that. But I mean, the boat still looks exactly the same as when you drove it. They just took Degree mint off of it. Everything's the exact same.
The last few pictures I saw after Bardish got it, I saw that's what it looked like. So I was like, wow. And then even when Patrick was going to drive it there for a while, he posted pictures. And I'm like, I was like, I still got the driving suit. Maybe I should give it to him.
Right. They said they did some work to it, but my untrained eye didn't see anything different on it. Like, I don't think they repainted over what they repaired, so I'm not real sure what they did to it, if they did anything.
I mean, I know that when we were done driving it, there was nothing wrong with it after San Diego. It was just the plan was to build the new boat and lock in Degree Men for a few more years. And 10 days later, Degree Men was done and no new boat.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
Yeah. Why did they get out? I don't know if we want to go down that rabbit hole tonight, but here we are.
What I really remember was the guy in charge who made all the decisions when we were running it and when Schumacher's ran. He got transferred to Europe, and the new lady that rolled in and took his job over nixed all motorsports. Like took it away from Dale Jr. Everybody. So there was no more motorsports.
Oh, interesting. I never knew what happened.
Yeah.
But
And that happened 10 days after a Sunday dinner in San Diego when we were going to be building a brand new boat. And
That's tough.
4 more years or 3 more years, and it was like done. I'm like, huh? This happened.
Right.
Yeah, really did. But it happens.
Right. It's boat racing. You never know what's going to happen next.
That's right.
But
we were watching one night. Kyle and I got on this thing after we had a board meeting, and we just started watching old Unlimited videos. I'm like, shoot, I haven't watched this many Unlimited videos in my lifetime as we watched that night. I'm like, man, Scott mixed it up in that boat. Like, I don't remember those times as much. I'm like, you ran way better than I thought it was.
we were snake bit a lot too, though. Like Madison, we did well. We ended up 3rd, and then, well, we all know what happened in Detroit. And then, but the reason that happened was we found a broken skid fin bracket right before qualifying, so we missed qualifying. And then when you take those points out, we either had to run 1st or 2nd in that heat that we crashed, and we were in 2nd, or we weren't going to be in the final. And it was just one thing after another. We got to Seattle, and somehow the throttle cable or something was stuck under the motor, and we missed the heat. Ended up in the Consi, and it was one thing. It would seem like one thing every time in that boat. But
yeah, that flip in Detroit was wild.
Dude, how big was that roller from the cockpit?
I hit it the lap before. I hit one the lap before, and it should have flipped. And I thought, holy shit. And then I came around the second time. I'm like, okay, I'll be a little more careful. And it hit it up.
It went quick. Yeah, it was up there.
It looked
quick.
like it hit a jump, man. It was crazy.
But it was the way, like, the wind was blowing the wrong way. Too much wind. It was just bad deal.
Well, hell,
he caught the
accidents
sponson into the corkscrew too, which was wild. I've never seen a boat do that.
The U-22 flipped that year. I didn't even know that boat could go fast enough to flip. So sorry, Mike Webster.
Off than ours, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think that one in.
Yeah, we watched all kinds of stuff that night, and man, there are some drivers out there, Scott, you're not one of them, don't take this wrong, that had no business being out there.
Yeah.
We watched some onboard stuff. I'm like, what is this guy doing? It's like me out there trying to drive. And they might be good drivers, but I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, there's some wild calls.
Yeah, it was that era. There was one, was it Seattle or Tri-Cities when J. Michael lost his cowling?
Like
I think
6 times.
I might have blown the boat over in that one because that thing landed right in front of you.
Yeah,
you
hit it.
You hit it. You didn't turn right. You just kept.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we're eating this.
Yeah,
and I get on the radio, like, dude. I just killed that cowling. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I was a little hurting after Detroit. You just got to keep on. You don't want to get out of the boat, so you got to just take it. But they had a couple things broke and just kept on. Just kind of got through the rest of the year. I was like, man. And then got to San Diego, and they taped up the snorkel and trying to keep as much salt water out of it as we could. And I got too much in it one time, and I shut it down. And I was just trying to open the lid and pushing that, and I'm like, I think everything re-broke. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm sitting in there, and the rescue's looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even open the lid.
Yeah.
Hey, but you passed your physicals every day, so you were good to go.
Oh yeah, you got to do those trick physicals. Wait,
Yeah.
you've done the hockey stick in Detroit, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've only caught it once. That's a tricky one.
I think it's pretty much a sobriety test, every one of those physicals.
Yeah, pretty much, and for them to get a chuckle out of you.
Oh yeah, make you feel like an idiot. They're like, you really drive one of these things? You can catch this?
Yeah, exactly.
I always go behind Bill walking, and then they didn't look. I laugh at me so hard. Get in line.
Fair. It's all about winning strategies.
Was the Falcon the same boat?
No, so the Falcon is the boat that Jeff Bernard will be driving.
Okay.
That's the T6 was the Falcon.
Gotcha.
The T5, the one Bert's got.
Why did you like driving black boats?
I didn't have a lot of choice.
Yeah.
I was out in Madison with the Degree Men. I think it was the hottest ever, and that black boat was not fun.
No, you're. I don't know if you had any say in it, but if you did, you're not a nice guy.
No saying either. I didn't even know who the sponsor was on the Falcon until I showed up in Madison that year.
Oh,
it was like super top secret. I didn't even have a driving suit. The driving suit got shipped there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
They kept it a secret.
I hope this thing fits.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're kidding, right? I'm like, I had like my old APBA one to wear. I'm like, this is gonna look great. And I'm like, okay, well then it showed up and made it. So, but yeah, funny stuff.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
So are you gonna help us out at all? Are you gonna get Brandon any pointers? Or are you gonna?
I don't know what I can tell him. I don't know how I can help him. My one pointer to him was surround yourself with really good people on the crew.
Shit, I'm about to get kicked off, Scott.
And he said,
Are you the electrician? What's your job? Are you the hose guy? You do the hose on the wing?
Yeah, I'm the hose guy. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm the hose
You're
guy.
gonna have to fight.
my grandpa said he wants that job, so you
You can have that. No, you can have that one. Yeah, I'll pass that on to Grandpa. That's fine. That's fine.
You can be the cockpit guy.
Oh hell no.
I'll strap you in, Brandon.
You might just have to help Brandon with the starting procedure of the boat. That's one big worry he has.
Yeah, well, we were trying to figure out how to start this thing, and I knew there was like 3 switches or whatever. So we're like, hey, we'll make one green, yellow, and red. So we'll start it. I can't remember we'll start it green, or we'll start it red, go to yellow, and green. He's like, no, you're wrong. I'm like, well, we ain't gonna be very good at this.
Is it in Madison yet?
Fingers crossed tomorrow.
Okay, so that's where it's going there.
Yep. Our crew chief's gonna work on it for a little bit. And then if we have to have anything made, then we'll contact George Kennedy Jr., not Brandon, to get some stuff done.
You know how to get things done.
Yeah,
I'll be stuck on the phone.
Yeah, I'm done calling you now. All our stuff's done. But yeah, so we're gonna need all the pointers we can get, and I know you'll give us all your secrets.
Yeah, I'll tell you everything I know.
Yeah,
they never tell the driver very much though, so I think we're pretty expendable, so they would keep all the real secret stuff secret.
Yep. Well, this team ain't gonna have no secrets. It's gonna be like an open book. They said, "Do we go in the hauler to have team meetings?" Nah, ain't nobody going in the hauler.
We ain't got team meetings. Team meetings are at dinner at night. Like that's our team meeting.
Did you get a hauler with it too?
Oh yeah, we got a bright yellow and green one with it. The old U13 hauler. We're gonna have the best looking rig out there. White, black, and gold boat with a black trailer and a bright ass yellow and green hauler. We're gonna look sweet.
There was a chance we were gonna have a red trailer, which was gonna look a little.
Yeah,
even worse.
there's a slim chance we had a red trailer.
Did you get a silver gray trailer?
No, it's black. I think it's the same one that was on it it's black. It's got electric brakes. That's all I know about it.
Look, they had a trailer. They had it was like a knockoff Bud trailer. And then when we raced, they somehow swindled them into letting us use a Bud trailer. But I don't think that one probably didn't go.
I have no idea, Scott.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
The trailer going fast.
Yeah, we went up there Sunday to pick it up, and we're going through everything. I'm like, all right, so like we're taking this home today, right? He's like, oh no. I was like, Dave, like, we're ready to go. I brought my truck driver, our crew chief, we're ready to go. He's like, oh, I thought you were just coming up here to look at parts. I said, Dave, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Like,
Why did you week?
What's that?
What was the reason? And you couldn't take it?
We didn't have DOT inspection done on any of the trucks. And we didn't have plates for the truck. So my CDL guy that I had, James, he's like, hey, I'm not driving that. I'm like, awesome. Let's go.
Is he getting all that done for you?
Yeah, well, we got John Griggs that's going to bring it down. And then we're working on all that DOT inspection and getting it plated. And it's fun stuff. Now I got to go up and get the motors another time. We got to take a pickup truck because where the motors are at, you can't get a big truck in. It's got to be a pickup truck. So I'm going to Detroit again. Detroit sucks.
Hey,
It's awful.
Motors at Gucky's?
Yeah, sure. It's at some other. He's got 3 warehouses. I don't. I've seen everything.
He had a lot of property.
Yeah, he's got it everywhere. He's got a bunch of vintage stuff. Hey, you got a big garage out there? You want some vintage stuff?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start restoring it.
Yeah.
No.
It needs a lot.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't blame you. At all. So, are you going to Decatur?
Yep.
So you won't be at Gunnersville to help Brandon his first weekend?
No, man, I'm going to miss it.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a bummer. It was the same weekend. I was really actually hoping they were going to put 350s on at Gunnersville, but didn't happen. And then we were hoping they were going to put them on at Tri-Cities. We were going to go out there, and that didn't happen. So
They're on at Madison.
Yep.
we'll be there. How are you going to handle all these extra boats in Madison?
Yep.
We did tell him the HRL way, like, you got to do a drone, and we got to know what each boat is, and you fit it in there like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, it's because you've been to Madison. Our pits are unique, anyways. The slope of it and all that. So I'm working with our pit chair and race chair of, hey, we got to be able to make this happen. So because we used to not intermingle boats, it was H1, Grand Prix, everything else. So now it's going to be all these cranes are going to have to lift different boats, and they're going to have to work because we have more classes, more boats, but my whole goal is to shrink that down just a little bit more. So instead of running from 10 to 5, let's run from 10 to 3 and then be done. So I want action on the water at all times. I went to Tonawanda last year, and they're backing Grand Prix up to lift them up off the trailer into the water. And I'm thinking to myself, if they had H1s do this, those owners and crew chiefs would go nuts.
No.
Yeah, could you imagine that, Scott?
No.
That'd be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody there was like, yeah, no problem. We'll back up. I'm like, what the hell?
It's a good idea, though, to jam any little boat you can in a hole and just have all the – because, there's just – unless you put a lot more dock down the other end, you really couldn't do it, I don't think. No.
So we're going to try to run when was the last time you were in Madison?
Last year.
Oh, you were there last year?
Yeah.
So on the east side, we had the city dock where the 350s loaded, and then we want to stretch docks all the way to the other end, like where Madison usually pits at. So we're going to have a ton of dock space, trying to add another crane. And it's trying to figure it out to where because at Tonawanda, a crane's never not moving. It's picking a boat up, setting in the water, then going to pick another one up to put it back on the trailer. So that's what I'm trying to get everybody to figure out is, hey, there's going to be no breaks for these cranes. Like, they're going to be going nonstop. Because we have 5 classes of boats here at Madison, which I don't think has happened for a long time. So there should be plenty of action on the water nonstop.
So how are you going to convince the unlimited team owners that they can't sling up for a half hour before their heat? Well, the crane's supposed to be picking up a 2.5 or 350.
Yeah, I'm gonna let my race chair handle that.
Well, you only gotta convince 2 owners because they have.
That is true. That is true.
So we got a good shot.
Yeah. I think they understand it. That we can't take 15, 20 minutes in between heats. We're trying to get to the part where, hey, racing starts at 10 and these are the list of heats that are going off, not putting times on them. Just because you put a time on it, you say 10:15 is heat 1A. If you could run it at 10, why are we not running it at 10? Why do we have to wait? And then you got people complaining. So just trying to make it smoother. Hopefully these unlimited owners are willing to help. I believe they are. They want to make the sport better, but it's just going to take time. That's it.
Oh, you'll get it.
Yeah. You are you riding a skiff this year? Jimmy Stewart says he has a seat open for you.
That's all Grant. I'm not doing it.
Oh no, we lost him. Oh no.
No.
He's back. He's back.
I just got my foot in the morning. It's getting a little.
Hey, if we get Texas Tri-Halls, are you in?
What's that?
You haven't seen Texas
Texas
Tri-Halls?
Tri-Halls?
Oh my gosh. Are you living under a rock, Scott?
What is it?
You got to Google it.
Hold on.
It's the
I'm
greatest
working
thing
on
ever.
it.
Yeah,
They
watch
run,
this.
They run with the F1 boats.
It's the greatest thing ever. It's the closest thing to Monster Jam that you can get.
I think I know what we're doing here. I think
It's skiffs, but better.
with two dudes in it.
No, just
one
You're
dude.
sitting in a little roll cage in the middle of it.
Didn't you say they're only
yeah,
like
yeah, okay, I know what you're
7,500,
talking
Brandon?
I don't know what horsepower they got on the back, but they just
Yeah,
it's
it's like a 60 or something, like 40 or
Yeah,
something.
They
it's
just
like
run
bunch of
over
boats.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
It's
cool.
like two.
cool.
I think it's two buoys, one at each end. It's not even like
Yeah.
turns. It's a
Single
line.
pin. Yeah, I'm in.
You would think as much as we talk about these guys on here, I would have this like on lock, but
Right.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah, check these things out.
Looks like
Yeah.
so much fun.
like I don't even know what that buoy
Look,
was.
he just ran out. They didn't call a
Suggestion.
penalty either. Look at this.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. I'd do it.
I keep trying to get HRL to get these things. Like when it's too rough for us to run hydros, like let's just get in there with these.
Look at these things.
Just like draw names out of a hat, mix classes together and everything. That'd be fun.
And they say they beat and bang all the time. Obviously, this is a very calm video. This guy's lifting up. Nope, we're gonna hit him right in
Oh,
the
yeah,
back.
no, that was good. I guess the buoys are just a reference.
I think
Yeah,
yeah,
Definitely more of a suggestion.
yeah, more
Yeah.
of a suggestion. This guy's wheeling that thing though.
Oh, yeah, he's
moving
working.
up.
His steering wheel makes no sense on what's straight and what's not, by the way. I don't know if you guys-
T-shirt and shorts on.
yeah.
I
Oh,
say
we're
if we
getting
do it,
tight
we all
right
got to
here.
wear open face helmets, though.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that was good.
And I don't know what that
Trash jet ski.
is.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right. I'll work on those for 26.
Keep going. So if we
Those
get a
would be
mold,
so
you want to build them?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That'd be easy because those are just straight up glass, man.
Just
Heavy.
boom. Yep. The little chop gun. Yep.
Yeah.
Boom strong.
Hey, you can totally knock them out.
There we go.
Don't worry about it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you a mold. You can start working on those as soon as the season's over.
All right. Contract for 6 minimum.
Minimum, there you go.
Yeah, we're gonna need that. At
We
least
got 5
6.
right here.
Yeah, I'm not driving.
What?
Oh,
you can
that's
drive.
All right, I'll
with
drive.
those.
I'll drive. Oh,
No, we're
your
putting your
ass.
wife in. She's probably a better driver anyway.
No. No. I had another
Remember,
comment, but
you did a
We're about
lot
to
of
see
bike
that
dissing
door open.
earlier in this episode with your wife. Don't ruin it now.
yeah, you're right. She loves me. She loves me. She just walked upstairs too. So
Look, K Dub's in the comments. She
enough.
knows the Texas Tri-Halls people because she announces with them all the time. She said it's so hard to announce them because she's laughing so hard.
those
See
things.
that.
Yeah, I like them.
Oh, dude, my dude Kyle Solly's in here. If the boats don't hit the water till 10, what am I supposed to do when I get down there at 7:30? Crack a beer, Kyle. Get ready for the day.
Who said to get down to there at 7:30?
Oh, this dude's a super fan. He's
I'm
awesome.
barely.
Yeah, you're
I'm
still
barely getting
sleeping.
out of bed at 7:30.
You can't drink all day unless you start in the morning.
Right.
That's the Liddy Co way.
There's a lot of people in Madison that try starting in the morning. When I'm walking down, because Kyle Blipes, I'm primo there in Madison. I'm parked as far away from the pit area with my camera.
Hell yeah.
Just like a 2-mile walk, and I pass all the people in Madison. They're already getting their coolers set up, getting the beers out. I'm like, I got to go blow the breathalyzer right now. Just to do a little physical.
You're bringing back the Madison driver thing. You definitely got to come walk from your hotel.
Yes.
In your driving suit.
Yes. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
We're going to video that too. That would be amazing content.
I'll do it. Yep. First day.
Can you imagine Wes Hackett seeing you?
Oh my God. I'll have my Kyle shirt.
Stop in it, please.
What Kyle shirt? Brandon? Huh? What Kyle shirt?
The F Kyle shirt. I found my favorite fan in Madison. He's got the F Kyle shirts. He's got a whole business of it. I'm like, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Scott, we got to tell you how passionate. What's up, Kyle? You say something.
If there's any luck, you guys can get the naked Indian in the background of that video.
Yes.
I had no idea there was a half naked Indian until comments.
Bobby's the only one that can find it.
Yes. Scott, you've been in Madison for years. Did you ever see a half naked Indian?
I've never seen the half naked Indian.
He was the half naked Indian. He wasn't driving. Grant wasn't driving. He was there just to party.
Yeah. Apparently there was a half naked Indian around Madison years ago.
Huh.
Yeah. Learn something new every day.
So Kyle, we got to tell Scott how passionate the fans are in Madison with the Taco Bell story.
Oh my God. So, we have this local gossip page on Facebook, just all gossip. So, Miss Madison sold all their stuff to Bruce Radford.
Yep.
And Apollo. So one night, Taco Bell was out of tortillas. So somebody goes on this local gossip page and says, God, can I find it? I want to read it exactly how it is.
Quote unquote.
Damn it. I'm not going to be able to find it quick enough. But basically said Taco Bell is out of tortillas because Kyle got rid of them all, just like he sold Miss Madison. and somebody commented and said Kyle Bipes is an effing idiot, except they used the actual word. So now it's just like a running joke with my family that I'm an idiot and I ran Taco Bell out of tortillas. Like these people are nuts down here. I can't show my face at Taco Bell.
You, Brandon, is just don't even read it because it doesn't matter how good you're gonna do, you still suck. It doesn't matter. Somebody's always gonna hate you, dude. It's horrible.
Yeah,
if you put any time in the looking, you're like, oh my God, what did I do that for?
Yep. I just got to keep my family from fighting in there. Just be like, hey, let it go.
There's only one person that you have to keep from doing that.
Yeah.
Patty's fine.
I thought boat racing was bad until my brother-in-law was playing for Clemson as the kicker and all the hate mail he would get. I was like, man, these are kids in college, but goddamn, people are relentless.
That's pretty much the same way. That was the one of beauty of Monster Jam. They just talked about the truck. They never really talked about who drove them. So
nice.
They might have hated the Dragon, but it was okay because they didn't really realize Scott was driving it.
That's perfect.
Safe.
But yeah, stay off social media. Don't read in all the shit.
Exactly.
All right.
He doesn't. I'll screenshot it and send it to him.
Yeah, you believe what they're writing? I think it's true.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
This is the sponsor.
Yeah. I love him, right?
Yeah.
Team manager here. Sorry, Scott. We'll go ahead and probably get to our closing wrap-ups. Let's start off with maybe one. What do you feel Grant's biggest challenge moving up to the 350 is going to be this season?
I think it's just going to be the competition, and I don't know if the speed. I personally feel like 350 is almost a little easier to drive because you actually have some throttle response, so you don't have to ride the lightning to the floor and count on your wing for everything. So I think you'll be okay with that part. I think it's just getting used to the bigger boat and the caliber of the teams, and the competition. I think will be the big one.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite memory in boat racing?
Mine personally?
Yeah.
Winning our first championship when my dad was still alive, that was pretty cool. And then and getting to do the unlimited thing. Everybody, what it feels like right now. Everybody wants to do it. Everybody feels like they got a shot to do it. And when you finally get that shot, it's a pretty cool feeling.
No doubt.
Can't go any higher.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's probably it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you're saved because Bobby's been busy working and he's not on, but he does some rapid fire questions, and if I had any on my phone, I would get them. So you're saved by that for this one. But we will be back with them in the pits for sure.
Another question.
Thank you for raising your hand, sir. You may.
Can we have a Liddycoat Racing Miss Madison team meeting? One night here in Madison.
Oh, certainly.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
It could happen right at the trailer when it's all over with.
Yep.
I'm good with that.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
So, guys, you guys got any closing thoughts?
No, just definitely excited to see what Grant can do stepping up this year, and hoping to see you guys in a couple weeks at Roosters.
Oh, that would be nice.
No, definitely.
Worth the trip.
Oh, always.
Always. Yeah, no, Scott, I appreciate you coming on, and it's been cool seeing the kind of the step by step with the boat over the off season. I think that's something that we've tried to do with the boats we got, and it's cool seeing other people doing that, and I'm obviously excited to see what Grant can do up in 350 this year. I got some high hopes for him. I know he's going to do well.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I post stuff because I post stuff that I would want to see, thinking. Hopefully somebody likes it. So yeah, that's why I keep doing it, and hopefully it helps the sport.
Yeah. I think at a bare minimum, people in the sport like seeing it. So we can get outside exposure. It's just it's the icing on top as well.
Yep.
Well, Scott, we appreciate you coming on. It was nice having a little chat with you, learning a little bit more about your career and your son's career, and we look forward to watching you this year, and hopefully we're interviewing you guys after a win this year in the Chasing Tails Challenge.
That'd be nice. And good luck to all you guys this year too. I know you guys put in as much work as we do, and hopefully it all works out and you guys kick some ass.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
We'll see.
Good talking to you, man. Thank you.
Later.
See you, man.
All right, we're at that hour and a half mark. Do we have any rapid thoughts, or we want to go ahead and sign it off for the night? Kyle, I do have to say, Mr. Bipes, this has been the most professional you've ever been on the podcast.
It is.
Mike
I'm getting better.
going to be so proud.
He's not even on.
No, that's why you're being so good.
That's right. I had a couple jabs I could have taken at him, but I held back.
That's good.
I held back.
Good.
Yeah.
He's still waiting on his boat.
I don't think the trailer's done yet, or the motors. It looks good, but
looks good.
But we're behind. We're behind.
Yeah, we're behind for sure.
Yeah.
How many weeks?
8 weeks. Well, 7.5 now because we haven't got the boat. No, we'll be ready to go. We're good. We'll see everybody in Gunnersville, and heard it here first. Brandon gets qualified in Gunnersville and makes the final.
There we go. I would freaking hope so.
All we had to do is start and finish, and we're there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
So is there 5 or 6 boats?
In
Is
Gunnersville,
11 coming
6.
out? Okay.
Yeah, 11's
I kept
coming out.
forgetting about them.
Yeah, they're coming out. I'm not sure if Mercury's is on board or not. I haven't heard. It'd be awesome if they are, but I haven't heard for sure.
Yeah, you would think they had a good year in it, but obviously sponsorships are expensive. You got to have the ROI there, and maybe it didn't work out for them, but who knows? Maybe somebody will post some unlimited news here shortly.
Yeah, we will. Hopefully tomorrow.
Probably every day.
People need to follow follow our Facebook page. We're going to post a ton. There's no secrets in the Miss Madison camp going on. We're going to try to keep everybody as informed as possible on what's going on. We have a merch store out there too. Follow our Facebook page for that. We'll have new merch on there very soon. This, along with a couple others. I've sent Brandon some mock-ups. So make sure you follow our Facebook page for merch, membership, behind the scenes, all kinds of stuff. I mean, we're going to try to post as much as we can to keep people informed.
Definitely. Yeah, and obviously for the limited ranks, we have our first race coming up in the beginning of May. I don't have the calendar right in front of me, but
May?
the first weekend in May, Edgewood, Maryland. It's gonna be. There was talks of it being off, but obviously, they posted today and called, and it's gonna be on. It's May 3rd and 4th, so leading up to Cinco de Mayo, that's a good time. We should be ready. Who knows? Maybe take down limited there if it's ready. But Visit Hartford's behind this event. They're really trying to build this event to something bigger for everyone. I know I talked to the guy at Visit Hartford, and he gave me as many contacts as they can give me. So we're trying to get bigger sponsors, make the event bigger. Obviously, KNRA has done a great job just bringing another event to this area in Maryland. We're kind of dwindling here in limited inboard racing, especially here on the East Coast. So them stepping up and making sure this did not go away this year is a big step. We need racers to support it. Obviously, for HRL guys, it's not back to back with Cambridge this week, so you'll be able to go this year. So you'll be able to go back home, tune on your stuff. But what a perfect place to test! It's a 1 mile course, probably pretty similar to Cambridge. Not as big of a second turn as Cambridge, but it's a nice big course. You're pretty much wide open the whole time. So if you want to come down and test, obviously we'll be there with the Honda in the Grand Prix with some special tricks on it. We'll be having an announcement on TKO Racing here shortly about some new special stuff.
What? You guys haven't told me?
Yeah, you ain't allowed to know.
Shit, I don't know.
It's spicy.
Oh, hell. Oh, hey. Let's go.
And it's not that OnlyFans account.
Hey, Feet Finder.
Hey, man, whatever pays the bills. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's it. So I think, when Edgewood, I think they'll wind up having a good 5-liter field. Who knows? Might get the one that's in my shop done and ready out there. You never know. We push here. We get things done.
Is that Grandel's new 5-liter you're building?
Yeah. He ordered it. He had a little extra money laying around, decided to order one. So
I knew it. He had something up his sleeve.
Yeah, he couldn't get Bert to get it done. So Bert's like, here, take the parts, put it together for me.
Yep. Yep. Austin, wake up. You got the outro. Let's go.
I'm looking at, we also got Twizzle this weekend down under.
Twizzle.
Oh, yeah.
The Massport Cup.
Yeah.
Who wins it? Austin, who wins it? Go.
What, don't we have Warwick driving?
He's going to drive Jack's Friday and Saturday, and you're finally going to see what that boat's made of. Jack's been baby-footing it a lot. Man, Warwick's just going to put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah. Okay, so Austin didn't make a pick. Kyle, who's your pick?
I just said Warwick.
I don't know. After watching the last time they ran together, I think Andrew's.
Oh, Jesus. Brandon, who you got?
Man.
Oh, he said Andrew.
Andrew, okay.
Yeah.
Move on. Next.
Just gonna do this.
Brandon.
Man. I think Ken's got some speed under
him. David Alexander. Or Scott Coker. The only two people I know over there. Scott needs an RV spot, so for regatta. So Scott wins it.
There we go.
Running away.
Let's go.
I don't even know how that race works. It's super confusing. So
all right.
No idea.
Before we do the outro, well, they're allowed to run big motors, all this stuff, flag boat start. We just watch it, and they'll tell us who wins. That's how it goes this time.
Yeah.
Good.
Perfect.
I'll be tuned in. Go Scott Coker. Or I think it's Coker.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
You're good. Good
Good
job.
guy.
Good
Good
boat
guy.
racing knowledge there.
Yep.
So do we have this thing lined up for next week or no?
Yeah. We're gonna be doing the Chasing Tails Hydro Sim Challenge. Be putting out a roster of boats here tomorrow, hopefully.
Am I driving? I don't have a
No,
wheel, so
you
take
and
me off.
Brandon are on the call, man.
Oh, we're on the call? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
we're going to be announcing. You better go over to Jeff Ehlers and get some tips. What do you say for a hydro sim? Like, you got to crank them up. Like, what are we supposed to say?
Turn your computer on.
Rev them fans up.
Yeah. Hey, but I need a list of all the drivers so I can make fun of them.
I will. I'm gonna
we're-
kind of do the GPA thing that Brandon did, the roster with pictures.
There we
Cool.
go. Because
Get driver photos and stuff.
There
I don't know
is
about driving
no,
photos, but
there's,
We can get it.
yeah, y'all can do it.
And
There
make
is
sure
nothing
that
held back in this
Nope.
announcing. I mean, we're
they gotta
gonna-
have thick skin.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Oh,
we
Bob's
did
driving.
we did kind of pick some people that have played sim a little bit to try and make the racing
Decent.
less dramatic. It's going to be dramatic one way or the other. It always
Yeah.
is, but
Oh, the way we'll
Who's the
announce it.
referee?
Matter.
Me?
we didn't really think that far ahead.
Heck
I guess
yeah.
you guys.
Announcer.
I'll be the ref.
referees.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't even know how, Kyle. We don't even know how we're gonna watch this thing.
Yeah. Hey, let's
Let
stay
alone
on up. Yeah. Hey, Austin, you got the outro. Let's stay on after this. Figure it out. Austin, outro. Brandon, end it. I gotta go to the bathroom and then we'll figure it out.
What
Sounds
episode was this?
42.
42. This was episode 42. I don't know why you guys make me do this, but we had Scott Liddycoat on. He's excited to see what him and Grant can do with the new 350. We got the U6 Miss Madison driver announced and live with us on the pod tonight, so that was exciting. And we had this abomination join us again, so thanks for watching.
Let's go.
See you guys.